Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss the Bourbon Boat Tour. No, we do not. We're going to talk about Wes Henderson coming back into the world of bourbon.
Not confusing at all.
My name is Kathy Cool. Listeners, remember that. And please join me in welcoming my co-host Steve Akeley along with our special guest, Lenny Eckstein and Tim Swyatt.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey.
I asked for a redo, but I know you're not going to do it.
That was a good one. I'll tell you. That was, yeah. Kathy, you're really good. You were throwing it at the last minute, but I'm not sure how that interferes with just reading what's on a piece of paper. But yeah.
Oh, I hear you. I hear you, sir.
So yeah, there you go. Welcome to the audience. You got your redo when I was already. You already started just talking, and I hadn't hit record yet. So yeah, you got 2 takes there. So we're gonna see. You get to redeem yourself next Sunday because you're gonna be doing this again. But
Miss Becca Sue has no concerns about losing this job.
This is true. There you go. It's job security for Miss Becca.
Job security. That's right. I'm doing this for Becca.
There you go. Lenny, you said there's something you want to talk about. What is that, sir?
Yes. So I had mentioned to you guys that I've been on the road lately. I'm out and about in Nebraska. And, as mentioned on a previous episode, I don't know, I'd say I'm fond of Starbucks, but as far as fast food or fast coffee goes, I'll frequent a Starbucks here and there. And I stopped in one the other day, and I slid my coffee cup to the person that was going to fill my coffee. And she pulls out this weird plastic thing and insinuates that I should put my cup in there. And I started to realize what was going on, which I can only assume is like some kind of germophobia type thing.
It was a coffee condom.
Yeah, it's like a caddy for my cup that she will then carry to fill up off the drip coffee dispenser and then hand it back to me. And it annoyed the fuck out of me. Like I immediately gave her a dirty look, like I just smelled a fart or burnt coffee or something.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know. I wasn't appreciative of that. I feel like, what if I handed you cash? Would you give me a cash caddy and not touch the cash? Like, why not my cup that has awesome bourbon stickers all over it? Like,
yes.
And that rubs me the wrong way. I feel like as a corporate policy, Starbucks should not tolerate that sort of thing. I don't know. Just curious how you guys feel about if that has ever happened to you and how you would feel about it had it happened to you.
Well, I have questions first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was this just her thing, or is this like a Starbucks-wide thing?
Was the company issued coffee caddy, or did she bring this in?
I don't know that it was a coffee caddy specifically. It was a plastic vessel of sorts that definitely was meant to hold a cup. But I have seen this happen at another Starbucks. Not often, but there is one in Colorado where they've done that to me twice. And my frustration is built to the point where this time I was like, I cannot take this. Like, I will not.
Right.
This will not stand, or I won't come to
condoms.
Starbucks anymore.
Does your cup look extremely dirty or gross or something?
I do not think so. It's a stainless steel silver Yeti cup with a sticker that says "Your mom drinks my bourbon," and another sticker that says "I drank whiskey today." I don't even think she had time to read the stickers, which are well applied, I might add. I don't leave the lid on. I think that's I think that's a little, not rude, but presumptuous to leave the lid on one's own coffee cup and make the person take your lid off. That lid touches lips, like that.
Sure.
I would never do that. The lid was nowhere near the cup. But she would not touch my cup.
Now, I am a bit of a germaphobe myself, speaking on behalf of germaphobes. Handling a coffee cup should not be an issue. You got a different level of germaphobe. If you can't grab a cup from someone and put it underneath a coffee spout and refill it and hand it back to them, that's pretty bad. Now, if there was something where had to reach inside the cup or something, well, sure, I get it. But we're not talking about that here. We're talking about grabbing a cup. I don't see an issue here.
Lenny, I want you to acquire one of these, and the next time you go, I want you to order a cup of coffee from them, and when they try and hand it to you with their hand, put out your little caddy.
Oh yeah.
So that
get
they
one that's
can
big
put
enough
it
to
in
hold a
the
caddy. Get one that's big enough to hold a caddy, and then you just caddy the caddy. Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe I wonder if the move is when she goes to hand it back to me, like, well, I can't touch it now.
Right. It's weird, right? That whole thing is weird to me, but it's happened to you more than once.
Yeah, in different states. I just think Starbucks needs to rein that shit in. Not acceptable.
Not acceptable.
People are not all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm on Lenny's side on this one. Kathy, that sounds like you're the same. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't.
Weird, actually.
I can't even think of ever a time anything like that ever happening.
Right.
Like to compare it to.
Yeah.
It's very weird. I mean, I think most of the other Starbucks throughout Nebraska are on point, but this one,
yeah.
Try not to go again.
All right. What do you think, Tim?
Tim's frozen.
Tim's frozen. He's been having computer problems, so yeah.
He probably doesn't even know what we're talking about at this point.
No, I don't think he can hear us. So, yeah. What we'll do next is we're going to drink. What is everyone drinking? We'll start with Tim. No noise. So, all right, moving on from Tim.
That's on par.
Yeah, that's on par. We didn't miss a beat there. So next up is Kevin.
It does look like he's paying attention.
He does look like he's paying attention.
He does look intense. Yeah, he's texting me. Wi-Fi is acting up. He's going to try to restart.
Always an excuse with Swiat.
Yeah.
I'm going to open up this MB Rollin bourbon that was chosen by Jackie's Ican.
Okay. Oh, solid. Could be enough. We'll see here. I'll go next. I got Red Line Takai Finish. Takai Finish Red Line. Let's see what we got here. Nice, pleasant, but not as good as Kathy's. Kathy it was pretty explosive. So, Lenny, you're next.
Well, amongst the various bottles that I brought out to Nebraska and many I'm bringing back, I think I brought out 6 single barrel options to the Library Pub in Omaha, and this was their second favorite of the lot. I happen to like this one a lot. It's Deer Hammer American Single Malt, finished in ex-Deer Hammer rum barrels.
Okay. Oh, good. Not as good as Kathy's.
Table Rock.
Not as good as Kathy's. Yeah, he definitely hit the desk.
Close.
Tim, are you? He's frozen again. So what we're going to do next? We're going to take a quick. Tim's out. Kathy wins. So cheers to Kathy. Cheers to Kathy.
Cheers.
Cheers to me.
All right, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about Wes Henderson back in Bourbon. Tim may or may not join us. We'll see. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of Executive Bourbon Steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your Executive Bourbon Steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your Executive Bourbon Steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show.
Hello, this is Jeff from Iowa, and you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we are talking about Wes Henderson coming back into the world of bourbon.
Yes, we are. This is like a horror movie. I mean, we start out with 5 of us. Becca dropped instantly, and then gone was Tim. So now it's just the 3 of us. We'll see what happens. We'll see if maybe Swite comes back, maybe he doesn't.
He's back.
All right, let's see here. What do we think about Wes Henderson coming back into this business? What do you guys think about that?
So I thought the most interesting thing about this was that he bought the Kentucky Castle.
Not for not a lot of money either. It was kind of pricey.
Yeah. Was it?
It's not going to be the site of his distillery.
No.
They're going to turn it into a boutique hotel.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
And spa, right? It'll have the spa on that. So that seems to be like a huge undertaking there. It seems like, first of all, Wes, the last time I ever talked to Wes was during the pandemic. We had some tastings and stuff like that. Wes came on one of those. Great guy. And did that. He was basically retired in Florida. He would still have a place in Kentucky where he'd go back to and visit, family. He's got 6 sons, and he'd go back and visit family. But he's living in Florida in this amazing Florida retirement life, it sounded like. And then next thing you know, he buys the Kentucky Castle, which sounds like, God, that's kind of like a lot of work for a retirement gig. And now we hear he's starting a distillery. So, it's kind of crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tim's back, I think. Tim, you back there?
I'm back.
We need you to blink on occasion so we know you're not frozen.
Yeah, tell me about it. Everybody freezes except for me, and I'm like, oh, damn it, here we go again.
Right.
Should be back in large and in charge now. You're right. Still $2 million, $2 million in economic incentives from Kentucky to build this distillery close to the castle. Which I thought was interesting in the press release here too, Steve, is that they mentioned that they've got protection for whiskey fungus and sustainability in mind of the local area and stuff like that. I thought it was interesting that made it into the press release now, which we've talked about before.
Right, exactly.
And how can you really protect from fungus except distance?
I think if you say it, then you mitigate the complaints right off the bat.
Oh, so they'll go out and power wash.
Maybe. I mean, maybe you just quell the neighbors, uprising by being like, nope, we got this covered. We will be doing something magical, like castle stuff, and no fungus.
Yeah. So 2 huge businesses here he's got going on. And I get, I guess the idea of selling out, maybe there's some seller's remorse going on because the family sold out of, Angel's Envy, and maybe you realize, I shouldn't have done that. And, what do you do? Maybe. And I guess,
You might just love building brands and
maybe.
And
right.
If so, that's awesome.
He's got 6 sons, so
Yeah, so
legacy right there.
sure. It seems like there could be a
the
legacy, though, in the
numbers.
Kentucky Castle, though, too. I mean, that's kind of a cool business, I would think. Seems
Yeah.
cool to me. I'll take it if he doesn't want it. I'll Here, Steve,
You
take
may
the
be
castle.
right, Steve. A little bit of that little seller's envy with the numbers that were thrown around after they were purchased. About a year later, I mean, there's another 3. There's a couple more zeros on there
Right.
that are in that number. Not that the Angels envy would garner 400 million or something like that, but maybe 150. Maybe that was a little lowball on the
Yeah.
start.
Yeah.
But hey,
What I found interesting also, though, is that, Kathy, with regards to your point of like his sons and legacy, it sounds like he got going on the creation of a brand pretty quick. Mm-hmm. So, I got to wonder if this wasn't maybe in the works, because there will be no whiskey produced by this new distillery for a while, but they will be releasing a whiskey, I think, this fall.
Yeah, it's
October
coming
10th.
out October 10th. And
Yeah, I mean,
it's got like
so-
a custom bottle, too. I mean, did you see the bottle? I mean, yeah, so this
So
has
like
been...
3
doesn't
days
happen
from the
overnight.
day this airs.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you're right. It doesn't happen overnight. So this has been in the works for a bit. But, yeah.
How do we
And
feel
then-
about those bottles?
I haven't
being
seen it
solid.
right now.
So they're I think they're octagonal,
yeah.
and the one is all white and the one is all black, so you can't see
Right.
the liquid inside.
Yeah. It's kind of cool looking, but also I like seeing my bourbon, right? I mean, when I'm...
And it's
I like seeing
named
that
True
liquid in it.
Story.
Right.
So that's kind of ironic.
Yeah, true story. Yeah.
True Story, you can't see what's inside.
Yeah.
it's not their own yet, right? Their own.
No,
will
no.
be
No,
coming
it's
out
No,
definitely
they don't even have a
2026.
distillery.
Yeah.
They haven't even broken
Correct.
ground yet.
Exactly,
I don't think.
yeah.
So they said it's going to be 6 years.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, and I'm now just pulling up the bottle a little slow of the game on this one. I do like someone that says, we're going to do something, well, I'm assuming that this was said, we're going to do something completely different. We want to stand on the shelf. We want our brand to be recognized. But I'm kind of, I don't know. I guess I'm more a fan of the classic look. I feel like this.
And maybe that'll be the thing. Maybe they're trying to make a statement with this sourced whiskey, and then down the road they'll come out with a brand that's Henderson Select, or who knows? Whatever they want to
Yeah,
call
maybe.
it. There could be another brand that has more of a traditional look where you can see the whiskey and stuff like that. Maybe.
I do love that model of, being done with a source product and moving on to your own kind of.
Yeah, I don't
OKI
like.
thing.
Yeah, right. Yeah, this idea of we're going to start making this now, that doesn't work. It tastes like different whiskey. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you're doing that and you're sourcing, you're looking for what like blends that's going to give a flavor profile that you want your product to represent, or do you want your source product to be like, hey, just have fun with this, and when we get our own stuff, we're really
Right.
going to make a statement with that.
Yeah. I think that's the better way to go. But yeah, there's been attempts at both for sure.
Yeah. I mean, as we all know, when you tour, whether it be a heritage brand or a newer upstart, let's say like a Bardstown or anywhere that's, a newer distillery, there's still, more or less a Vendome bourbon making factory that operate in a lot of the same ways, and sure, they're in slightly different locations, but I think it stands to reason that one could source a product and their own product might be very similar because they're making it in a very similar way. But, again, to use the example of New Riff, you could also choose to make stuff in a rather different way. So, it's interesting. Or like a Peerless, whose system is just, a good bit different. I don't know. I'm curious to see what they do. I will say, though, on a slightly different note, I think it's pretty badass of Wes to look at this and say, I'm going to give it another go for all the stress that would obviously come with an upstart new brand. I think I read that he tried playing golf for a while and was like, I'm going to start another distillery. I feel like that happens when somebody doesn't love golf. They need more hobbies, like buy a motorcycle. There's go fishing. There's so many other awesome things you could do. But hey, if his true passion is building brands, then I'm stoked for the guy, and
Yeah.
I'm stoked to see what he does.
There could be something said though. Just again, a family guy that's like, let's get the family together here and let's just do something where we all can work together. And we actually own it because it sold out of the Angels Envy. Even under Bacardi, they were employees at that point. They had already sold out to Bacardi, and then Wes retires, and then. I guess his son Kyle had a separation from the company, and it was like, I guess, hey, if we want to do this, we all want to work together. We're one big happy family. Let's work together and let's build up a brand, and let's really go for the legacy that'll keep us at the forefront. Because Angels Envy has to be its own standalone thing. I know the name Lincoln Henderson's still associated with Angel. It's right on the bottle, and I assume that's always going to be that way. I guess I don't know, no inside information there, but I guess they want to kind of make sure that the rest of the family gets remembered too. So I think it's kind of cool. Not being something I want to do. I could come up with some fun things to do in retirement, but it's also kind of cool to think that they'll build something that they can all work at together, which would be great.
Steve, if you bought that castle and turned it into lodging and a spa, you would just stay there.
Yes, of course.
Be real.
Of course. We've already got our eye on the place, the warden and I, that if we hit the lottery, we want to buy this place and we're going to take over one of the rooms, but we also want to fix it up to what it could be. So it's the spa that we like and needs some love, and it's from like, nice. Early 1900s. It's a cool place, but yeah, it needs.
Would you
needs some
ever
help.
get out of your bathrobe, Steve?
No. I just stroll around in my bathrobe. Of course.
I don't even see him wearing the bathrobe. It's going to be like he comes in from the garage, stays in his underdrawers.
Tommy Bahama only.
Yes, of course. Strolling around, yeah.
But he's also going to wear a crown, so that he's the king.
Yeah.
He can wear his underdrawers.
And get this, you guys, there's gonna be 2 rooms that are saved. One for the ward and I, it's gonna be our housing. That's where we're gonna live. But then we're gonna have the second room where guests can come in at any time. So you guys are like, hey, I'm gonna be through the area and I'll come in and hang out with you guys. It's all comped for you guys. So yeah, don't make fun of this idea too much, because you might be off the list then. You can't stay there. So,
Well, as long as it comes with my own sugar scrub, I'm happy.
That's right.
They got the sugar scrub there. They do have that on the spa menu, so it's not going anywhere. Yeah,
nope, that's good.
Yeah, so there you go.
You should import that McNew sofa.
McNew sofa, sure.
Yeah, like acquire it and have it in the lobby or something.
Okay, yes, we'll get that.
That's
for
an
sure.
idea.
Yeah. McNew may come to work there because it is haunted, so I can have her running tours, haunted tours and stuff like that. So McNew will have a job there until she gets fired, of course,
Yes.
which would be inevitable. I mean, it's McNew, for God's sakes. She's never held really a job, so yeah.
Oh, not for longer than a year, maybe.
Right,
Sometimes even 2 jobs.
Right.
Jobs for a year. She just gets.
She'll be into it. So imagine how great it would be. Like I buy this place out, and McNew is like, I'm like, this place is haunted. It's got a great history. Here's kind of the history. Get started. You can create. She'd be awesome. It'd be incredible. And then like our Halloween decoration would be unbelievable. But then by year 2, it'd be back to being the regular McNew. She'd be tired of it, and not showing up.
Well, she'd just
want to work from home.
You're giving tours. I just would prefer to be at home. I'll be on
too
Zoom.
inebriated.
FaceTime. I'll FaceTime you on my phone. I'll be at my house drinking. What are you going to say about this, Kathy? Do you think it would work or not?
Oh, I just said she would be inebriated.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
I've been on ghost tours with McNew.
Right. Yeah. So
It's fun.
it is fun. Yeah, and she'd be into it, so I have no doubt. Imagine all the 12-foot skeletons we'd have at the place, at the complex.
She'd be willing to pay your $750 instead
Of course.
price.
She's spending Steve's money, so yeah. And of course, I look on the invoice and I see that we've ordered 50 of them, and I go out and count. There's like 46 out there. I'm like, where's the other 4? I don't know. When I go by our house, there's 4 of them across our driveway and stuff. That'd be fun. That'd be like working with McNew. That'd be a little insight into working with McNew. Oh my God, are those yours?
I have no idea how those got there.
There's a woman who bought one of those and covered it in 1-inch mirrors and turned it into a skeleton mirror ball. Like just covered it in mirrors, so when the lights hit it, it sparkles. Can you imagine how long it would take to
Is
glue?
it starting fires during the daytime though? I mean, at night it'd be
Burning
cool.
ants
That's a
like
great
crazy.
effect. Yeah, I mean, there's forest fires in the around there. A house burns down. There's next to it. I mean, a mirror.
Probably.
It can get pretty intense. the beam off of it. So I don't know. Interesting. So there you go.
Hey, real quick, back on the topic of this Wes Henderson's new project. I just looked up a photo of his family, or rather, his sons. Man, these dudes are all in their 20s. They're probably like, "Fuck yeah, Dad, get this going." That's
right, of course.
How
of
awesome.
course. It's either that or go out and get real jobs. I mean,
exactly.
Work for Dad or get real jobs. I'd be like, I'd be like, Dad, do this. But I always laugh about Wes. I can't imagine. Can you imagine like his grocery bill when the oldest one was like in high school and then down? I mean, I bet you 6 boys. Oh my God. I mean, how Wes made it this far, it's amazing. I mean,
no kidding.
I think of what me and then my friends would come over. Imagine, because then you got them and all their friends over, or they have a party, and
it's bonkers.
Yeah, you better have a little Caesars.
Like, I wonder how many pizza rolls they had to buy.
Oh, I know, yeah.
A week.
Yeah. They're getting a truck backing
Freezer
up.
full
Beep,
of Jack's
beep,
Pizza. Kids are rolling it up like a burrito.
Yeah. Totino's comes in, drop shipped.
They are going to stick with their finished.
Okay.
Their finished method.
I mean, that's their signature, so why not, right? Yeah. I mean,
if he's got 6 boys, if you think about it, so this property that they're building is eventually going to have warehouses, a visitor center, a tasting room, lodging, a restaurant, and retail space. So there's enough sub businesses there for everybody to own a piece and go
right.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true. So I don't know. Sounds kind of fun. I mean,
it's cool. It'll be neat to follow.
Yeah, it will. So there you go. Well, congratulations to all the Hendersons. Sounds like unemployment in the Henderson family is going to be 0. So that's good for them. So yeah, well, keep everybody busy with all that kind of stuff. So very cool. Well, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Tim, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at SwyGuy2112 and on YouTube at Our Flagship Whiskey.
Lenny.
You can find me and the rest of Deerhammer on social media at Deerhammer, on the web at deerhammer.com. And if you'd like a job working at the Deerhammer tasting room, you should send me your resume, info@deerhammer.com. I am hiring people to work in our tasting room. A lot of them.
Huh. Ewalt. Could be the Ewalts. They have a child that lives out in Colorado. That could be like their retirement gig. That would be pretty cool, actually. So
I would hire a DNA.
They have fun. Yeah, they'd be great workers too. Yeah,
they'd totally do it.
Yeah, they could totally do it. So, all right, Kathy, how about you? Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at KKCastStrength.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website at thingsabvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more, abvnetwork.com. Come by and see me. The ABV Barrel Shop, we always got cool stuff going on. We recently did our 150th barrel pick since we've been in the store, and, of course, looking to do many, many more. So come by and see us. We'll taste out with whatever we got on hand at the time. We are found online at abvbarrelshop.com. Kathy, anything else to say before we get out of here?
Yes, I'd just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps people find the show, and it is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, we please ask that somebody have a little respect and visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Well, great job today, gang. For the most part, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
See you, everyone.
What a shit show.
Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you're in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.